What's up guys, it's Jeffrey back with another video, and if this is your first time seeing one of these videos, this is a weekly technicals video. I upload these once a week, usually on Sundays, and I go over pretty much all the pairs that I'm looking at in the market for the week ahead. And I generally always start with the dollar index, so we'll start here. So looking at the dollar index for the week ahead, we're still holding the same consolidation that we've been in on the daily time frame. So that's going to be from this high to this low down here. Alright, so until we get a clear break of this consolidation, it's hard to determine what the next trending move of the dollar index will be, right? So let's go over a few scenarios that we could see unfold. So right now we are within this ICT daily bullish order block. Okay, so we've traded into it, we found support so far and closed above it on Friday. Now it looks like we're retesting it. So for this week, one of the scenarios for the bullish side we could see is we could see a strong week for the dollar, and if we find support here and break above this level, if we break above this, that would indicate a break in market structure. And if we're going to go all the way up here, chances of us coming above this as well as back up into this ICT bearish order block are a lot higher probability once we're up this high. It's very likely that they would want to come take it back down. And the reason for that would be, let's look at our overall trend, right? On a daily time frame, we got a low, we've got a high, okay? And then if we mark this one, so this is a higher low, right? Well, if you look right here, we had the same price action that we're seeing unfold right here. So what I mean is we've got a low, a high, basically a short-term low, short-term high, runs out that short-term low into an old support level, okay? Pushes up, takes out the consolidation high, which was here. Alright, so we pushed up above this consolidation, took out the stops. Now look what we're doing. The same thing that we did here. Alright, so this could just be unfolding here, and then if we get a break above this, that would indicate to us that we've got a break in market structure. Look for a retest. Alright, so you could enter off a retest. And again, I don't, particularly trade this pair, but I use it to determine direction in the majors. So if we do get a break above this and a retest, should find some support here and continue higher, right? Now I wanted to show you guys one more thing. So if I map out this swing here with my fibs, trades right down into 70.5, okay? So that was an optimal buy-in entry. Now we're doing this swing, okay? So we mapped out this swing, this was our entry point, mapped out this swing, look at this, comes down again, 70.5, trades higher, also aligns with an ICT bullish order block. It's forming a higher low, indicating bullish trend is still underway. So we could see a break above this and continuation back up into there. So that is one scenario for the bullish side. Okay. Let's see here. Now let's take a look at potential bearish scenarios. Again, so when we're in a consolidation, it's really hard to determine the trend, right? Because I just showed you a possible scenario for a bullish trend. So A, B, C, D, Okay, if you look at patterns like that, A, B, C, and then look for a further continuation for D, right? Now, if we look from a bearish standpoint, well, so far, we technically could have a bearish scenario unfolding as well. This is why it's hard whenever it's in a consolidation, because you don't have a clear indication of the direction it's going, right? So far we've got low, high, lower high. Could we get a lower low now? All right. If that's the case, we're going to be looking for this ICT bullish order block to break here. It could find support here again. Okay, so keep in mind, let me take this one off so we don't get confused. It could come back here and find support again. We can tell the difference depending on how the candle that trades through this low closes. So does it look like a reversal? Does it look like a continuation? And we can tell the difference simply by, is it a wick and then the wick trades off of it and closes higher, or is it a big down candle that closes through this? If it's a big down candle that closes through this level here, okay, like this, strong down candle to the downside, then what we're going to expect is continuation. And the reason being is because we had a big bearish candle that proves to us that the sellers are in the marketplace. So at that point, we would look for shorting opportunities on the retest of this level here, which would be a break of market structure. So pull out your fibs, whatever you use for your entries, and at that point, we would look for this range low to be taken. So as we're in the range, any trades that you take are going to be a little bit higher risk than once we break the range. Okay, and the reason being is because, again, like I said, we're in consolidation, so it's hard to tell a clear direction. But once we get a trending move, once we're bearish for sure, or once we're bullish for sure, then we'll have the bias to confirm for the majors. So we will have a clear understanding of the pairs that we're looking at. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for the consolidation to break, it's good to just, still keep an eye on technicals and map out different scenarios that you see unfolding. And this is the benefit of doing that, because if one of these scenarios does unfold, we know what to expect and how to base our entry off of it. So we've already had the bullish scenario. If we break above this high, look for enter on the retest back up into this ICT bullish order block. Okay? Now, bearish scenario. If we break below this ICT bullish order block here with a strong down candle, if we can get a retest of that, it should be a good shorting opportunity to take out the range low here. Now, again, with this, we're not going to know whether it's just going to stop, pull back into the consolidation, or is it continue out of it to make a trending move. If we get the strong bearish candle, again, just like we've seen on this move, if we get it, then again we would look for a pullback, retest of the break and market structure, and further continuation lower. And if we get that, I will update you guys on the levels that we'd be looking for ahead of that. But as of right now, we're just in this consolidation, so we're just going to be working with the support and resistance levels that we have within this consolidation. So that is it for the dollar index scenarios. Next, let's go ahead and go over Euro GBP. I actually had one of these subscribers reach out, Michael Berry. So Michael Berry, if you're watching this, I appreciate all your support, man. And right now I'm going to go over a full breakdown of Euro GBP. So again, I don't trade Euro GBP if it's your first time watching this video. So I'm not a Euro GBP trader. I use it just like the dollar index. This is just exactly how my mentor taught it to me. So what I use it for is just to determine the direction of the euro dollar or the cable, which is GBP USD. Now, if you look at this pair, alright, if you look at this pair, we were consolidating from September 2017 until last week, literally Friday. So this goes into exactly what I was talking to you guys about the strong bearish candle or just a wick through it, okay? So we've got a consolidation that's been in for a while. We traded lower here, and notice how we wicked through and pushed back up. Okay, so wick through, push back up into a level resistance, and sold off. Notice this candle. Notice when this candle traded out of the consolidation. Big bearish down candle versus an ugly wick and then closes higher, right? So this indicates to me, okay, now we've got sellers in the marketplace. So what does that mean in terms of trading? Well, Euro GBP determines my direction for fiber and cable, Euro and GBP. So in terms of what I would be looking for based off this price action, I'd be looking for long cable as long as dollar index continued lower. Okay? And again, this pair works just like any of the majors. So Euro GBP. If it's moving higher, Euro is stronger than GBP. If it's moving lower, GBP is stronger than Euro. Okay? So take a look at what we've got here, guys. We're in a consolidation, not moving. Okay? Then we broke the consolidation. We've got sellers in the marketplace now. So what that means is Euro GBP is likely to go lower. What would our levels be? Well, from here we're going to be targeting basically each daily swing low if you're looking at a daily time frame to base your trade setup off of, if you do trade this pair. But typically I'm a day trader, so I like to, like on a new week, I will look at the weekly chart and see what we got. So I'll take into account, some things on a weekly time frame every new week, but I like to stay on a daily just because it's usually a little bit clearer for me to see, and the trades I'm looking for are usually, either short term to maybe 2 days or so. So a daily time frame works pretty well for me, but I do always check the weekly and monthly time frames, as you guys should as well. But since I do these videos pretty often, we kind of have an idea of what the weekly and monthly are already doing. So we can just stick to a daily as I update you guys on a daily basis. So we will be targeting each swing low going forward, but I think we're going to get a move below this low here. And the reason, what's going on with my mouse? The reason I think we're going to get a move below this low here is because if you look here, we had another consolidation. Alright, consolidated, broke out, came back in, consolidated again, broke out. So now look what we've got here. For the longest time, this consolidation was finding support based off of this consolidation here. Since we've got sellers in the marketplace, I'm expecting them to want to take out all the stops below this consolidation here. If you look, this is June of 2016. So anybody who's been long this market since June of 2016 has been up a significant amount of pips, right? So their stop losses, as they're a swing trader trading this stuff, they're moving their stop loss below each swing low to trail their stop to lock in some profit. So what the market will do is the market will trade into wherever their stop loss, which is their money, equals money for the broker or for the marketplace. So that's where the market's going to look to go. As you can see, this consolidation took everybody out that was beneath it. So anybody that bought it in this consolidation here is a lot more worried than they were whenever the market was either up here or pushing up on these little small swings, right? So the market's going to put pressure on these people that are long from this consolidation, and we should see a lower move below this consolidation here. Now, once we get that, Well, we have to determine what comes into effect then. Are we going to continue the bearish trend, or are we going to be looking for a potential reversal? Well, if we trade into this level here, which is a daily ICT bullish order block, it is this down candle along with these 3 down candles. So this whole move is an ICT bullish order block on a daily time frame. Now, if we trade below this consolidation into that level, I'm thinking that this could be a good support level, and it may not be an overall change in trend, but it may give us a significant retracement back up into possibly this level here, or if it's strong enough, maybe we even go all the way back up here and retest. But again, we would just have to look at market structure, pull out our fibs, see what we got in terms of the range and everything. But if we do trade into this level, I think it should indicate a good level of buying. But at the current moment, I would be looking for shorts in this market, and that's exactly because we're out of this consolidation. We've got sellers in the marketplace now. If you look, we're making lower highs, and look at this gradual, just lower lows, right? So we've got bearish price action. We've just broke the consolidation, taken out this key level here. So I would just be targeting every key level, every key low from current market price, and up until the point that we break below this consolidation here. All right, so we can break it, retest, continue into this level, possibly find some support and trade higher, or just trade completely through it. So again, I don't trade this, but I use it to determine my direction. Since Euro GBP looks like it's going to go down to me, then I would be looking for longs in GBP USD, and typically I wouldn't look for any trades in Euro, just because with Euro GBP moving down, that indicates weakness on Euro dollar, right? So if dollar index is moving down as well, that should mean strength for the Euro dollar. Well, that's going to be hard to get when you've got a really weak Euro GBP. So in terms of trades, I would be looking for longs in GBP USD, simply because with this pair trending to the downside, that would mean that cable is much stronger than Euro. So even if the dollar is in a consolidation, cable should be a stronger currency pair, just simply based off the fact of what the cross pair is telling us. So I hope this video and this analysis on Euro GBP helped Michael or anybody out there who looks at Euro GBP. But again, with these videos, it's better to stay on a daily time frame. I don't want to drop down to an hourly, just because it could get really short term, and for that I'll update you guys in the Telegram or in the Facebook group, which if you're not a member you can join. Just click one of the links in the description. I'll have Facebook group or free Telegram for signals, and click either one of those, completely free. But yeah, I'll update you guys on the shorter term stuff in there, because it's hard for me to discuss everything in based off of an hourly time frame when the market's going to open, and then next time I talk to you we may have 1 or 2 days of price action unfolded, and it's just too hard to keep up that way. So if we do from a daily time frame, we have a clearer overall bigger picture. So bearish for Euro GBP at the moment. If we pull back within this consolidation, then we're either going to move sideways or look to take out the consolidation high. And if that's the case, then obviously at that point we'll have to switch our bias on Euro and cable. So with that being said, let's take a look at GBP USD. You guys can see right now from a daily, what do we have? Strong cable, I don't use trend lines, but I'm using it to outline our trend, right? I mean, look at this. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And if any of you guys watched that fib video that I posted recently, like I said, I mean, there is gold in that video. So if you paid attention, took notes, study it, go in your charts and look for it, you will find some beautiful setups. Perfect example right here, okay? Start of this swing. We don't have to look to enter the market when it's down here. We wait for us to prove to us. Look what it did here. Bam. Proved to us that the buyers are in place. Strong bullish candles. Broke above this high, indicating a break in market structure. Where do we retrace to? 79%, forming a higher low. Look at this. Target 1. Target 2. Target 3. All achieved. That's just one example, guys. That's the first swing of this uptrend. So let's look at this swing. Trades into 50%. I don't trade up based off 50%, so I wouldn't have personally entered there. Mapping out this swing. Higher low point, 61.8. Great entry. Low, high, higher low point, 70.5, perfect entry. I just want to show you guys how many opportunities there are to get on board a trade setup. You don't have to stress about it. Look at this. Low, high, 70.5, trades higher. So you guys can tell that, I mean, this is a daily time frame. We're in a strong push up for GBP USD. So does this correlate with what I've just said about Euro GBP? Yeah, right? So if Euro GBP is moving lower, GBP USD looks like it wants to move higher, then that could indicate our bearish bias for dollar index, right? So with cable, where are we going to be looking for the market to go? Well, since we're expecting higher prices, I don't see the market having any trouble or going to have any trouble breaking above this high. Now, once we get above that high, what do? Well, this candle here, ugly, huge spike wick up here, drop down. This is Brexit. So if you didn't know what Brexit was, it was just a major foreign news event for the pound. So there was a lot more that went into it, but just in the basic form, it was like one of the most volatile days in the market ever. And it's obviously not a day to trade, but it was a good day to watch what the market did, right? So after we traded down, you could see that the market was literally just for weeks and months at a time just bearish. Once we found a certain level of support, though, we started trading higher, higher, higher. So I'm thinking that with cable, our next potential high could be a move above Brexit high. So say people shorted this during Brexit in 2016. This market moved 3,000 pips in one day. So if they held on, all the way to down here and they're still in it, well, they're getting a little nervous now because it's really close to their stop loss that's probably above here. So I see the market wanting to take price above there. But let's also keep in mind that this could just be a simple retracement within the overall downtrend. Okay, so if I draw my fib from the high to the low, you see we trade up into well, we're consolidating around 61.8 to 79, which are the optimal levels to enter. So if we do, let me take this. Guys, at 38.2, that's on my chart. I was just testing something. It's not a level that I use at all, but I was just seeing how it, in terms of finding higher low points or lower high points, it's kind of useful, but you could basically see it in the market. So I was just trying to test it out to see what that looks like. So keep in mind, GBP USD weekly time frame, we could be just seeing a retracement, okay, and we could find some resistance here and then ultimately sell off. I don't see that being the case, simply based off the fact that we've got Euro GBP that looks like it's just ready to drop hard, which should indicate a strong push up in GBP USD. Look at this, consolidation. So we're going to expect big moves, right? Small candles lead to big candles. So consolidation, big move. Consolidation, big move. Consolidation, big move, right? That's what we're expecting. So if that unfolds, we should have some really nice buy-in opportunities within cable. Let me go back down to a daily time frame. So I would just keep these levels on your chart, guys. I mean, that's what I'm looking for currently. It's really going to determine what we're going to get based off when we trade to this high. So are we going to come here, spike, make a wick, and then drop lower? If we get that price action while Euro GBP is moving back into the consolidation, then there is a chance that we could be getting a slight pullback on GBP USD and maybe take out some of these stops, since anybody who's long this market, from the bottom, then they've been able to make a ton of money so far. So maybe they want to give us a little pullback and then take it higher. So we'll see. This could be a potential level that they want to pull back into here. And let's draw our fibs. If we draw our fib from low to high, 61, 70, and pretty close to the 79% retracement level. So, and again, we have some lows down here that the market would clear up. So if we do form a lower high based off of this, so if this ends up being a lower high, not trading above this wick with a strong bullish close candle, and it just kind of trades lower from here, well, then we could see a potential move down into these levels here. So if this is a lower high, again, this gray box outlines 61.8 all the way down to this ICT bullish order block, which is a little lower than the 79% retracement level, but not a full 100%. So as long as we stay above 100, that would be considered a higher low point, and we would look for further continuation to the upside. So we just have to, if we break this high, then we know that this low is more than likely going to be held in place. But if we fail to break this high, we're likely going to come take this low out, trade into this level of support, and then make the continued move up. So that is basically what I see for cable. And in terms of euro dollar, I mean, this thing is just consolidating, so it's kind of like dollar index, but looking at Euro GBP, it just seems to me like cable is going to be much stronger than Euro. So honestly, guys, I don't really see anything clear in this pair. I mean, to me, looking at it right now, it looks like it wants to go lower, possibly into this level here. And the reason being is just because there's an ICT bullish order block here. It pushed away from it, and it's just been consolidating. And anytime it's consolidating like this, you can see it's like it's making little lower highs and just peaking below, giving us like little gradual lower lows. So it's a possibility that this pair could trade down. If we pull our fibs on this swing here, also aligning with this ICT bullish order block, which is these 3 daily candles, we have 61.8, 70.5, and 79, all within logical levels of support. So here you can see that we have some support. We traded into it and then pushed away. Below both of these, there will be stops resting. So if the market pushes lower, expect these positions to be cleared for anybody that was long, and we could find some potential support at 79 or 70.5 or 61.8 depending on the price action that we get. Now if we do break below these down candles, we're going to look for a continued move lower on euro dollar. Okay, so again, this is going to be longer term because keep in mind we're in the consolidation. This is a daily time frame. I'm just trying to map out the bigger picture, and as of right now there's no clear short-term picture to me for the upside for this pair. I just see them wanting to take this lower, in my opinion. I mean, with dollar consolidating, that could be something that we see, but it really just depends on the price action we get. But if we do break this level here, that would confirm that we got to break a market structure. We should be looking for sells. If the market trades back up into this old support level here, then it should hold as resistance, and we can look for continued lower prices, taking out each swing low after. Alright guys, so I hope this video helped you. That is my analysis going forward for the week, and like I said, I will keep you guys updated in both the Telegram and Facebook chat. If you're not already a part of those, you can click the links in the description to join. And that will be it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. That way you'll keep up to date with the videos I post. And that is it for today's videos, guys. See you tomorrow.